Hey guys, part 7 of What If. Izuku was Rick. Anyways, Izuku begins testing the soil on the moon, to see if there's any material below it. Yeah, there's material below it, and lots of it. So he just whipped up a couple of robots, mining robots. They get picking away, find resources, stuff like iron, titanium, copper. Because the moon came off from the Earth at one point. Yeah, so he took a video of it. And he's like, "Hello, I just found resources on the moon." As he points his phone at the iron and stuff on the surface. And he begins to look out of the windows. Yeah. Resources, a little chunk of iron, copper, and titanium sitting in the passenger seat. He says, "Okay, I got some iron, copper, and titanium. Random little lumps. But you're not gonna believe where I found them." Just pans around, showing the moon. And he says, "And I'm not messing around either." As he gets out, it's the moon. He picks up the dirt, he shows it, like, he has it like this, he just picks up some dirt and just, as the dust just falls back. And Izuku, he says, yeah, I thought I'd just show you guys this. Hope you guys like it. He stops it, uploads it to YouTube. First week, no real views, just one here and there. Within a few weeks, it exploded. Oh yeah, and Izuku made sure to turn off his location when he uploaded it. So, Izuku just... a whole new space exploration thing began. You got whole ass companies and NASA trying to get there first. Izuku thought, oh, everyone wants to get there and mess with my supply. Okay. Yeah. He just kind of gets annoyed. Makes robots that can make robots. Those robots that can build robots, they build mining robots. He totes them all out to the moon. They all start taking the resources, leaving minimal damage to the moon's surface. They just take everything. And he managed to condense everything down to 1 meter cubes. And when he realized how heavy it really was, he decided, yeah, I'm gonna need something to hold that. Hang on. Okay, I couldn't completely solve it, so... yeah, if you guys hear cats growling, just ignore them. You guys hear a cat fight? Well, this is for if a cat fight breaks out. If you guys like the video, or you got something to say, or don't like the video, down there you know what to do. That's for if the video has to end abruptly. Most likely because of cat fight. And running out of storage. But until then, let's continue. So, yeah, he gathers all the resources. He's like, oh, I didn't think that part through. Using some of the materials and his building finesse, makes a holographic net that can hold all 3 cubes. So, yeah. And he has it designed in a way that gravity is only effective with inside the thing. Like, if you were pushed up, like, if you were to get in that bag, you'd be crushed by just sitting on top of one of those iron cubes. Yeah, and that little thing, it has its own little set of rules concerning gravity. Everything outside, it's just a normal 300-pound bag. So, Izuku just takes it back. And so, anyways, he gets it all back. Yeah, Inko says, hey son, did you know that there are companies trying to get to resources on the moon? Izuku, kind of holding a big old block of iron, he says, yeah, I know. She says, oh, you got involved, didn't you? Actually, I was kind of the first one there. She says, wait, you're the one who... How did I not recognize my baby boy's voice? Oh yeah, Inko in this? Good mother. Well, at least she tries her damnedest, okay? So, she's like, God damn it, how did I not recognize my baby boy's voice? He says, it's okay. And don't worry, I literally have got all the resources in the garage, or in my hand right now. She says, don't you think that's a little dangerous? He says, if companies don't find out and send a private militia to come take us out, no, not really. Inko's like, what? Companies still do that? He says, yes. There's literally an operation just last week in Afghanistan to collect more oil. She says, oh, yeah. People surprisingly still do that, Mom. I thought that was a thing of the 20s. Yeah, so did I. So, he looks at his mom and she smiles. Great big old goofy smile on him. He says, you have any idea what to do with these? Inko says, other than sell them? No, not really. Izuku's like, well, we're gonna need a good property to actually sell. Hold up. Yeah, kind of not exactly an evil, but, mischievous smile cracks across his face. She goes, "Oh God, what concocted in that brain of yours now?" Izuku says, "I think I'm going to lease a property." She goes, "Oh, that's not so bad. On the moon." Okay, that sounds like a very bad idea. So Izuku, yeah, he finds a good spot on the moon, on the light side of the moon, and he sets up shop. Got a proper lease for it and everything. A bank date. They said, they were like so confused at first. Izuku remembering, oh yeah, they don't have magnetic poles on the moon anymore. Oops. That might have seemed a little off. Sorry, as he looks at the moon. Looks a little smaller than normal. I need to fix that. Yeah, he fixes that. Puts it back into orbit. Proper orbit. No, actually the moon, no, that actually seemed closer. God damn it, shut up, Mama Kitty. Shh. I have 4 cats. Yes. So, Izuku, yeah. He restores 90% of the resources and gets it back into proper orbit. Yeah, instead of the high tides taking place over 12 hours, yeah, sea level rises when it comes to the high tides. It takes 15 minutes to rise 20 feet. So Izuku, he begins selling the resources. After Izuku, then remembering, yeah, might be a few years before someone gets out here. So, he decides to build a proper shop. He gets it to where it's, airlocked, a proper airlock area. And, yeah, there's 2 entrances. One at the main entrance at the front, and there's the one in the back. There's more personal use. And, yeah. Even has a smelting shop up there, to smelt certain pieces into certain shapes and everything. Yeah. Shut up, Mama Kitty. So, I hope a cat fight don't break out soon. As I said before, about like 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in. You guys remember that. Just keep that in mind if I have to end the video abruptly. So, Izuku. Yeah, he realized he needed tools, which he created said tools in a matter of minutes. So, yeah, he's making this stuff. It's all amazing. And, yeah, when he's done with it, it's only been a few months. People are still building rockets to get out there. People are still writing down rockets to build to get up there. Anyways, Izuku. He says, man, I should have recorded that. So Izuku just... Yeah, he goes back down to Earth just to watch their progress. Oh yeah, and he made sure his shop was locked up. Stop that. So, Izuku just goes back down and thinks, maybe May would like to see it. So he teleports in. She was in the middle of class, in the middle of building something. She sees Izuku pop in, and she's like, oh, sup? He goes, sup? So, I've got something weird to show you. She says, ooh, weird concerning you? Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, it's not out of the norm, but weird. She says, oh, what is it? He says, I've leased a property on the moon, and I've already got a building up there. Power loader hears that, and he thinks, okay, this kid is either shitting us, or he's actually telling the truth. But in all actuality, he's just shitting us. Anyways, he says, oh yeah, you might want to put this on. She says, naturally, as she's putting it on. Anyways, he's just around him. Nay just right through the floor with a portal. Power loader seeing the portal thing. He's like, didn't a dude watching the entrance exams use a portal to get out of there? So he goes to Aizawa. Tells Aizawa that he saw the teleporting guy. Stupid cat. Yeah. He tells Aizawa about it. Aizawa says, where is he now? In all honesty, I don't know. He said he's on the moon, but I don't believe it. What? Yeah. It confused me. And he popped up in your class? He says, yeah. What student did he talk to? Mei Hatsume. God damn it, that kid was so bright. Why did she have to be a villain? Izuku then says, well, Izuku and Mei's point of view. Izuku's showing Mei, the compound. She goes, wow, this is astounding. Izuku says, yup, built it all myself. She says, how long did it take you? Like a few months? Actually, all day yesterday. She says, well, okay. So this stuff must break apart easy. Izuku is slightly offended. He's like, hey, I'm not the United States corporations. Yeah, got you, United States. So, let's continue. He says, I'm not the United States corporations. She says, there's a couple of Japanese corporations that do that. And those corporations. I'm Izuku. When it's concerning my life, I make sure it works. She says, fair point. Fair point. So, what do you say, oh yeah, is in here airlocked? He says, yeah, as he's taking off the helmet. She goes, great. Takes it off. And as they continue, talking about specific tools, what they can do, specific areas. And she happened to have some money on her. And she looks up, actually, the price of a bit of iron. She looks it up and says, ooh, I ain't got enough money for these kind of resources. He says, but you see, you're my best friend. So, I mean, of course you still have to buy it, but everything's a lot cheaper for your case. She goes, oh, okay. How much? Well, for a standard ingot of iron, being 2 feet long, 6 inches wide, $15. She goes, yes. She buys 4 of them. Izuku then puts it in a cart. Puts it on like one of those Lowe's carts, heavy duty carts. Yeah, he puts it on one of those. He didn't actually take that from Lowe's. He built it himself. So, yeah, they go on back to the classroom. Power Little just got back. They come through. And he says, alright, there's your iron. Of course, you're going to need to properly smelt it for steel, but, there you go. She says, thanks. Anyways, they remove the ingots from the heavy-duty thing. Power Loader comes up to Izuku like, young man, can I please talk to you? Izuku says, no. He says, I'm sorry, but... He says, you are aware that you are just a civilian. Of like 42 different planets. Planets, yes. And I am kind of thinking about revoking mine here. Power Loader, he's like, wait, what? Are you telling the truth? He says. He pulls out his wallet. At first, Power Loader thought it was a gun. So naturally he kind of attacked. Izuku dodges. He says, dude, wallet, calm down. He says, what the? No. I swear to God that was the handle of a pistol. He says, no. It's a wallet. A wallet? How do you confuse a wallet for a handgun? What? How do you do that? He goes, never mind. let me see your ID. Which one? Your ID. Fine. He hands him a random ID of his. It has his photo, but it's in markings he's never seen. He says, your Japanese ID. He says, oh, no. That's called my Earth ID. That's for Flop Top 9. Flop Top, what? What? Did you just make that up? Nope, that's the name of the system. Power Loader is just confused. Izuku says, you want proof this place exists, don't you? He says, yeah, actually, yes, I do. Izuku says, noted, as he, prepares. Izuku says, now, this particular item that I'm going to be pulling out of my coat is a gun, but non-lethal. It's in the shape of a gun, but it's non-lethal-ish. So, and I'm going to need it to prove to you that, this place exists. He says, I get it, just do it. Izuku says, okay. Pulls it out. Portal in the wall. He says, well, he turns the dial first, then at the wall. Izuku says, I'll go first. Come on. As he steps into the portal. And Power Loader, he's skeptical at first. And he's looking at it for a second, cautiously steps through it. Cautiously begins to step through it. May says, oh my god, as she just pushes him through. The portal closes right behind them. So, Izuku just, as he says, look around, Power Loader. Another society with other beings, Power Loader's like, no way, this is an illusion. He says, oh, yeah, you'll be saying that. Yeah, you'll be saying that here in a minute. Izuku's walking. Power Loader suspiciously following him. Then he goes into what appears to be a shop. Everyone is like, hey, Izuku arrived. And they say Power Loader, and they're like, oh, what happened to your girlfriend? Izuku says, she's not my girlfriend, and this is another male from my planet. They say, oh, boyfriend? And they're like, no. Izuku's like, no, his ass is way too old for my liking. Oh, and plus he thinks I'm a villain. They all kind of sit there silently. And then they all of them, begin laughing. Which throws Power Loader for a loop. So they look around and they're looking around and yeah. Well, he's kind of looking, Power Loader, he's looking around. Confused and embarrassed. He looks at Izuku and says, what is this place? Izuku says, I forgot the name that I called it. Huh. Anyways, this is so-and-so 9. This is a bar. He says, what? Why did you walk in here? How old are you? He says, I'm 16. And what's the legal age to drink? He says, oh, here? There's no legal age to drink. He's like, yeah, you guys need to fix that. They say, no. They say, so, what's Earth like? But I'm gonna have to end it right there. It's 30 minutes in, and I usually have a 30-minute thing. So I don't want to take any chances if it just beep. So, yeah, final time. If you guys have something to say, if you like the video, you don't like the video, down there, you know what to do. Love you guys. Later.